Hi, this is Henry Chamberlain, and welcome to our December vlog. Well, I'm excited to be joined today by VP Advocacy and Building Codes, Don Davis, and our Director of Federal Affairs, Pierce Crosland, who just won an award as the top lobbyist in Washington. So congratulations,
Thank
Pierce. So Don, maybe you could just talk about our legislative agenda a little bit. You've been working on carbon and infrastructure and lots of different things, but talk in general about what you're working on.
Sure. So, I think what we've tried to do over the last year that I've been here at BOMA is kind of widen our issues areas and kind of expand the things that we're working on. So while we continue to work on taxation policy to represent the industry on that, we've actually started to move into areas on workforce development, working with Department of Labor, Department of Education, to see if we can get funding and support for programs that will train people to work in our industry. We have gone off in areas before that we've not been before in terms of energy and environment policy, where we're looking at legislation that would provide funding for improving the building envelope and the built environment. We are continuing to delve into areas on the local level as well, where we're looking at the development of the electronic vehicle or EV infrastructure build out, just a whole wealth of areas that are going to be of a benefit to the industry as we move forward. But I think the number one area that we've been moving into and the thing that we've been trying to respond to is the climate change and the carbon reduction issues. As you know, globally, we have a situation where the leading governments in the world are coming together through the United Nations to try and find ways to reduce carbon emissions. And as the commercial real estate industry in the world, we have decided to come together and provide leadership and a framework on how we can effectively respond to the environmental issues that we have and the way that we can reduce carbon emissions from the built environment across our members. And so I think we're going to be asking folks over the next several months to be participating with us in development of that global policy on carbon reduction, and also in ways that we can work with governments at both the federal and local level to implement strategies to reduce carbon that will actually produce verifiable results and allow us to respond to some of the problems that I know you've all been seeing in terms of mandates and other types of regulations that have not been effective.
Yeah, and Pierce, you're our man on Capitol Hill, as we say, but you've been working on workforce, but also some legislation. Maybe you could talk about that.
Yeah, so we've been working with Congressman Jason Crow out of Colorado's 6th District on the Green Energy Loan Enhancement Act. This will provide up to $10 million for small businesses throughout the commercial real estate industry to invest in their buildings, update them, bring them from C and B class buildings to A class buildings, improve energy efficiency, and reduce consumption on that end. So BOMA helped develop the policy and develop the advocacy strategy. And so we've been hitting Capitol Hill, members on key committees of jurisdiction to promote that legislation and work to make it the centerpiece of our legislative agenda at the moment on the Hill outside of infrastructure.
That's terrific. And Don, maybe as a wrap-up, we can talk about the Winter Business Meeting. The Issues Conference is coming up early February. What should people expect there?
Right. Well, it's just so important that you all come and participate in this effort that we're going to make and talk about the issues that are important, but most importantly, our visits on Capitol Hill. I think there's been a lot of vitriol in politics over the last 6 or 7 years, but when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, these issues impact the way that we run our businesses and the way that we can continue to have a profitable industry. And we need to have you connect with your members of Congress. So we're going to be talking about the workforce development issues, the ongoing taxation issues, and we're going to tackle the big issue of the carbon reduction program that we're trying to push forward. We do need all of you here to help us make an effective program and to move those issues forward. So I'm really looking forward to February. I'm just excited to be able to meet a lot of people after the COVID and see where we can take the advocacy for BOMA International to new areas and new levels of success.
Well, thank you both. Happy holidays.